Hey, welcome into week 2 of the Sit Start on the FFU with myself, Aaron, and Jeremy. SC is non-existent today. Hopefully we'll see him later. I don't know if he's going to join us, but you got the big 3 of the big 4. So we want to start this week off by talking about the news that just hit the waiver wire. AJ Brown's out, so if you were planning on starting him, you were going to find another player. I had Devonta Smith personally as top 10 wide receiver this week. Overall, you could probably start Goddard as well because those linebackers they're playing against are rough. So overall, it's like a boost for everyone else outside of AJ Brown. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And the other big news is Evan Ingram is out for Jacksonville. So he moves out. I just moved up Brian Thomas Jr. as a top 30 wide receiver. You could bump up Christian Kirk as well. I like both those guys in the matchup. Yeah, those are 2 big news to drop. So overall, we have those 2. But let's start out by introducing you guys. How are you guys doing today?
Yeah, furiously updating the rankings, especially the AJ Brown teams. Far too many of those. And now we're pivoting to the likes of Isaiah Likely, potentially Zach Moss. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I got to figure it out here in the next 45 minutes.
It's glorious. It's glorious. Yeah, I would start Zach Moss over Likely personally, but I know people are about that Likely. It'll be interesting to see how that works out. I don't know. It's tough. Like the Bengals offense looks kind of kaput, especially without T. Higgins, who's especially not likely to play. So it's Jamar Chase, it's Zach Moss. I mean, Andre Yosevich. I guess you can play Yosevich. There's Etsy. Hey, welcome in, sir.
Thank you.
All right. So we sound quite enthusiastic about this week too. So let's get into some of these sit-start questions.
AJ Brown out. Just I don't know.
If we were just talking about that. AJ Brown, Evan Ingram, both out. So is what it is. If you were just counting on both of those guys, you're gonna have to pivot rather quickly. Thankfully, at least for AJ Brown, you could find a wide receiver, but I know people are talking about starting Jahan Dotson. I just would not do that. Like that just seems like just a disaster of an idea to do. There's got to be somebody like theoretically you can start Jalen Naylor with Minnesota. Like I'd rather go that route where I know someone in that offense with KOC and Darnold. You're gonna be. I don't with Dotson. Like it just seems like you're just hoping and praying. That's
so. Fine, but I have AJB. Would y'all start Pollard or Singletary instead?
I like Singletary's
matchup. I have Amari Cooper too.
Yeah, because of the matchup, I'm gonna go Singletary. Like that's just that Washington defense is atrocious. So that's one of the few times I'd be confident starting him over. But yeah, you could go Pollard as well. He had a really good matchup in week 1, but we'll see. I have him a few spots ahead. Jeremy, where do you have those 2 ranked?
That's a good question. Be specific. You're talking about the Singletary and Pollard?
Pollard, yeah.
Yeah, they're back-to-back. Singletary 26, Pollard 27, right behind Jerome Ford. Pollard had a great week last week. I think he's probably, again, going to see a ton of work in front of Tajay Spears. The issue is the matchup. Pollard plays against the Jets, albeit at home. Devin Singletary against Washington. So, like you said, that defense, not confident in the Dan Quinn-led Washington defense.
Yeah, I think it's interesting because of who they're playing. The Titans are like that. Kind of leads me a little bit more into Spears, just because of the matchup and who they're going against. They're going to be passing a lot, and they're going to be trailing in that game. It'll be interesting to see. We just got a comment from Steven. Let's pull this one up real quick. All right, looking for waiver wire advice in 10-team league with 2 flex spots, drop options: Chase Brown, Gus Edwards, Raheem Mostert, Josh Palmer. You can pick up Rico Dowdle, Demarcus Robinson, or Wan'Dale Robinson. Get a backup for AJ Brown. I mean, if you have a backup for AJ Brown, sure, but like, unless we're talking about Goddard or Devonta Smith or one of those guys, like we just talked about Jahan Dotson, that sounds like an awful experience. Personally, with like Palmer dealing with the injury, I don't mind cutting him. Chase Brown, like he's not really playing much of a role, so I don't mind cutting him. Gus Edwards looked atrocious in week 1, but that one scares the crap out of me.
But I mean, I think that's the handcuff you want, right? For Dobbins,
sure. I think if Dobbins does go down, then that gives our boy Kamani Badal a shot because, we kind of seen Gus Edwards. They don't want him playing all the snaps. Like they were splitting, and this is kind of best case scenarios for Gus Edwards. He just did not look very good. Like Dobbins was breaking off all these massive runs, and Edwards was just not good in week 1. So I don't mind that. But if I'm picking up one of these guys, I think my highest guy is probably Demarcus Robinson and then Wan'Dale and then Rico. Yeah, but the thing about the Cowboys offense is they're going to score. I think they're projected for 27 points this week. If Zeke's not scoring a touchdown, who else is scoring a touchdown besides CeeDee Lamb on offense? That's the thing. So I don't know if
gonna
it's
be a good
PPR,
day,
which yeah.
Listen, you have
Antoine
here. You
Winfield
have
Jr. also inactive.
here. You have to get Demarcus Robinson no matter what. I mean, Puka, we don't know what the situation is.
Yes.
DeMarcus is the 2 there until Higbee is back. I don't think Parkinson is the 2 every week. I think DeMarcus is more likely the 2. Tyler Johnson sure is involved, but I love DeMarcus here going forward until Puka comes back, and even when Puka comes back. So go get him. I think you can drop Gus Edwards now. Like you said, Kamani hasn't been active either the first 2 weeks, but I think he's the better play over Edwards. Edwards is a super floor play. He's not really going to help you, even if Dobbins goes down. We saw him score 13 touchdowns last year, and he was barely an RB2 at the end of the season. He's just done. So Kamani is the guy you want there. I would get Dowdle and DeMarcus. You can drop Gus and Palmer for them.
Yeah, in like 10-team league. Yeah. In 10-team league, like it's gonna be high upside for all these guys, right? Because the lineups you're going against.
I want Wandale. He had 12 targets last week. I think Tyler Johnson's the 2 there. But sorry, it's going to be that kind of day. I got up 2 hours early to do rankings and lineups and prep for the show. Nothing bothered me. 5 minutes before we go, or not even 5 seconds before we go live, there's 5 emergency inactives. My background goes chaotic. I don't know if you guys got to check in the private chat, but can you please go on Twitter and retweet this? StreamYard has changed, and it no longer retweets from our own private accounts unless we want to pay double the price we were paying before. So you'll have to check the private chat. Retweet us out. I tried to say that earlier, but my background went into chaos and I had to mute us. So.
It's all good. Yeah, I got you. I actually am with Jeremy if I'm picking between these Rams wide receivers. Like Demarcus Robinson was heavily involved from the get-go. And then when like Puka went out, like he was still heavily involved. So I think he's going to play a very big role. It's just Cooper Kupp. Like Cooper Kupp's the wide receiver 1, like overall, like wide receiver 1 with like Cooper Kupp. And then it's Demarcus Robinson. We see the offense. It's particularly with the offense line. Their offense line is in shambles, which means they're not going to want to run a lot. They're going to try to avoid that. So they're just going to try to get the ball out. I think Demarcus Robinson's a really good play as well. And I'm with you. In 10-team, I don't really want to start any of the options that you kind of have, like Mostert, I guess, when he's healthy. But yeah, I'm with you guys. Like I'm fine cutting Edwards and like Palmer. Like that's fine. Yeah, I'd be going that as well.
Yeah. Also,
Tyler
Kyron
Johnson
Williams,
had the same amount of
RB3.
targets.
Yeah, I just don't think Tyler Johnson's that good. So like we're splitting.
I don't think Demarcus Robinson's that good.
Yeah, but like, so this is the thing. Last year, Demarcus Robinson was a top 30 wide receiver second half of the season. Like, he's already done it. I don't want to play the experience with Tyler Johnson. That's my point. Like, and this is with Puka and Cooper Kupp on the field, like here it is. So that's my big differentiator between two. But I don't mind it. If you want to take Tyler Johnson, take Tyler Johnson. I want to invest in the Rams offense the way I invest in offense. So give me all of those guys, right? And Puka, it just came out extended period. Like, he's going to be likely out longer. Same thing with CMC. Like, they're going to be out longer. So you're going to get these guys for a month plus at least. So it should be fun. And I just don't trust Daniel Jones. Like they for the Giants, they came out today and said the injury clause. They're talking about that already for Daniel Jones. Like, all right, like this season is going to be.
Ingram is out. I seen this.
Yeah,
come
definitely
up.
likely.
The easy one.
Ingram's out.
We missed his earlier question right here at the start too. What are these 2 guys are you starting for me? It's Dobbins. Oh shit! I'm just gonna do Pacheco and Mason. Actually, those are my highest top 2 ranked guys, but. Dobbins is a great flex play if you're doing that, and even Kamara. I have them all as top 16 running backs, so I want all these guys in the lineup personally.
I think,
yeah.
Who's Pacheco play? The Bengals?
Yeah, Pacheco's my RB1 on the week. I think he's absolutely going to dominate. I see multiple touchdowns for Pacheco in this one. Dobbins is my lowest ranked, but he's RB17. So like Jesse said, they're right there. They're all top 16 or borderline top 16. So give me Pacheco and Mason.
Right.
I had Pacheco at 2, Mason at 10, Kamara at 13. Who was the 4th one?
Dobbins.
Dobbins. I don't even know where I have him. Dobbins at 18. So they're all top 18, but it's Pacheco, Mason for me.
Yeah, like the Panthers gave up 5 yards of carry to Alvin Kamara, who's super inefficient. So, like Dobbins could be pushing fucking 8 yards of carry in this game today. Like that's what we're talking about with that offense. Like that offense line looked good in week 1. I was actually pretty impressed with it. So we'll see, man. I don't know, but I like all of these options. I would try to get them all in as much as I can.
The Panthers also lost Derek Brown He's not in this game. He's the only good defensive player, and he's on that defensive line. So just, Dobbins is going to eat. There's really no wrong answer here.
Yes.
Go with your gut. If you're unsure about Mason, you're just maybe he doesn't replicate that and is just a decent RB play, which, look, I think he's great. You could go ahead and throw Dobbins in there if you want.
You don't have flex spots?
Yeah.
I mean,
Can't get those guys in a flex.
Yeah. I would play 3 of these guys. Like, find a way to get 3 of them on the field. Let's see what we got here. And then he's got another one. 4.
First 2.
We got Kamara. I'm not doing London. Like, I'm just gonna tell you that right now. I'm not doing London. So
first 2.
Yeah. He said start 1 though. If you had to pick 1, it's probably Kamara. I feel a lot safer with Kamara.
It's Kamara.
Yeah. The upside play,
really
I think,
close.
is Dobbins. Like, I really don't want to bench Dobbins this week, man. This is the perfect matchup for him. Like, you could see him getting 3 touchdowns, going for 100+ yards. Like, it could be really, really fun. So if you're flexing, Kamara's safer. I think the upside shot is Dobbins.
You were saying that is my flex option.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, look, McConkey's not bad because he was like basically their wide receiver 1, even on limited usage. So you could talk yourself into that. But I just don't trust the Chargers passing attack personally. So
the problem is they're all getting 6 or 7 targets, and he was the top one last week because he scored the touchdown. Whoever scores the touchdown is going to be the only usable one.
Mm-hmm. And he wasn't even playing a full route. Like, that's the thing. Like, he's got to earn that to get on the field 2 wide receiver sets. Like, we still need to see it from McConkey, so I'm a little bit worried. But overall, like, I like his long-term upside. Gibbs, Mason, and Ridley. Oh,
Jefferson side by a bajillion miles. Even if
I would actually take the other side because I view Gibbs as a top 5 running back and Mixon as a top like Walker is going to deal this injury for a long time. Reed, like I'm taking the Gibbs and Mixon side first.
I think you're taking Jefferson. This is in a sense. You're really trading Gibbs for Jefferson, right? I'll take Jefferson all day in that sense because Mixon and Ridley are throw-ins, but you're upgrading Walker when he comes back, and then Reed. We know when Love comes back, that happens. So redraft, maybe that's different. But if this is Dynasty, I definitely think you go Jefferson.
I agree because you're also getting the younger. Right? If this is Dynasty, it's smash Jefferson side because you're also getting Ken Walker, who's a lot younger than Mixon. You get that, and then you get Reed. So like once we get past the whole Malik Willis experience, right? But if this is redraft, I view Mixon above Walker. Like I just think his usage, he had the RB1 overall usage last week. Like Mixon's going to be very good this year. I think that's the underrated part of this. So
it's not Dynasty. He said it's PPR redraft.
Yeah, I'll take Gibson. I'm probably on the minority on this one.
It's close.
I'll still take the Jefferson side.
Jefferson is really close.
If Walker was healthy, I would be okay with this. Because you have the Reed stuff where you're you don't know when you could play him with Malik Willis, and then Michael's likely out a few weeks, so you have to kind of manage this for a few weeks if you're making this deal. So if you're okay with it, sure. But I just want Gibbs and Mixon in the draft.
Yeah, it's really close. I will go Jefferson side, but in redraft, it's a lot closer. Quick bit of news. There are brown spots on the Commanders field. You were already fading the Giants and Commanders fantasy players, but there's an irrigation issue. There's nothing really to do. But if you're watching that game, just see if guys are slipping and it looks sloppy and ridiculous. That could be an issue going forward.
So I'm starting Pollard.
Commanders might have camouflage.
Yeah, that usually means that the defense struggles a little bit more. Bigger plays will happen because of that, right? Because they can't cut as well. So you're going to see some big plays happen, basically.
Fair.
That's how it goes.
I don't think the defenses were going to be all that great in this one to begin with.
No, I don't think so.
Very true. Very true.
Yeah, those quarterbacks can be in trouble. Who are you guys starting your second flex? McConkey, Demarcus Robinson, Madison, Chase Brown. I mean, it's Demarcus Robinson. We were just talking about this. You could go Lad. Madison, I mean, they're going to be trailing, sure. Chase Brown did not do much last week.
The benefit in Robinson is you probably have, Arizona's top guys on Cooper, right? So Robinson should get some more, and he's a field stretcher too. And Matt Stafford likes to sling it. I think this also depends on how good the running game looks. How does Kyron Williams look this week? That if he's able to get it going and open up more plays downfield for Stafford as well, because I think that's where Robinson will sign there. McConkey, I think, is the safer, but if you want the boom or potential bust, I think Robinson's the one to go.
SC, you said Arizona's top guys. I had to look up their cornerbacks' names. Sean Murphy Bunting. Garrett Williams is the nickel. Some guy named Starling Thomas V, who Aaron might know because I guess he was a Lion at one point. Just who cares? Give me DeMarcus Robinson. But Ladd is close.
Yeah, Buda Baker in the secondary though too.
Yeah, the safeties are good.
Yeah.
Well, it's a work in progress on defense for sure. It might be next year by the time they get good.
They're definitely banking on Kyler and Marvin this year.
Yeah, it should be a fun game. Like that game's going to be a lot of fun for offense. Who are you guys got between Metcalf and full PPR, DeAndre Swift, Brian Robinson, or Keenan Allen? So Keenan Allen's actually. Yeah, it's DK or Brian Robinson. I'm not doing DeAndre Swift, man. Like that scares the crap out of me when I talk about that.
Okay. The only reason I was even considering Swift is one of the topics I had for us to discuss. I think it looks like both Keenan and Allen and Rome Odunze won't play tonight. So that might help DeAndre Swift as the last man standing. Yeah, him and DJ Moore. But it's still DK Metcalf for me.
Yeah. I worry about similar like how he had Patrick Stan week 1. He's going to get Christian Gonzalez, and that is a tough matchup. So that's going to I put him down a little bit in my rankings, but like, yeah, you know what Metcalf's going to do. Like, he still has the upside to boom. You could do Brian Robinson or Swift.
Yes.
But, like,
I just
gross, man.
Don't know. Like, Caleb's not necessarily one to make the running backs look nice, right? So I just don't know that the offense is going to run through Caleb specifically, not, go to Swift, not try to hand it off to him. They're going to try to get Caleb to feed it as much as they can. I feel like maybe not as much, but you still have Cole Kmet. I mean, I think I'd rather start him over Swift this week if Keenan Allen and Odunze are out.
Yeah.
I'm not sure he makes the receivers look good either.
DJ Moore's the only one left standing, so I'm firing up DJ Moore. He's bumped up my rankings here. DK is an option. Brian Robinson would be my 1B in this scenario. I would heavily consider him against the Giants over DK. It's close.
Until we see Eckler eat into that, like start up Robinson all the time because he's gonna get the workload there.
Yeah. The one good thing
about we all say DK in this one though.
D-line. Yeah, it's DK by default. But yeah, you can go Swift. I think like the issue for Brian Robinson is that the Giants pass rush and D line is their best part by far. Like they have Dexter Lawrence, like they have what am I blanking on his name?
Kirky.
Yes, and like so that's their best spot, and they're going to terrorize the Commanders' O-line because it is atrocious. Like it might be the worst O-line in the league, so it could be interesting.
And there's brown spots on the field,
so it's good stuff.
Moving on.
Who you guys starting for or Stafford?
Stafford.
I am also starting Stafford
easily.
Stafford's the highest in my rankings. He's been since they won the Super Bowl. He's QB6.
He's awesome, dude. Stafford looks so good. He's like, I know they talked about him retiring, but I'm like, as long as he's playing, I don't know. The Burrow stuff is just kind of terrifying with that offense. Without T. Higgins, like the offense, they need another player in that offense. So it's
I just benched Burrow for Baker in a league. So
yep, I would too.
I would do that. Yeah. Baker's him, bro.
And then he gets the Lions week 2. Like, yeah, fire up Baker for sure. Yeah. So watch, of course, Burrow drops like 350, 3 touchdowns this week. That's how it usually goes.
It's possible.
Love it.
Trade dilemma giving James.
All right. Trade dilemma giving up James Conner, DJ Moore, getting Tyreek Hill. Team is Hurts, Pacheco, Cup, Connor, St. Brown, Moore, Kittle, Flowers. And the bench, they have Purdy, Dobbins, Javonte, Singletary,
Tyreek Hill,
Lockett, and Chubb.
Tyreek Hill. Give me the stud.
You have to be whatever's going on with the Dolphins, like you have to knock both Hill and Waddle. Like it's just kind of is what it is. So you have to be okay for the next how long that is. If you're okay with that, then yeah, take Tyreek Hill. When he comes back, if he does, like that's the whole thing with it, right? With Tua. But like I think James Conner's a good RB1. DJ Moore's like you know what you're getting. So you could if you want to pivot off, you can, but I'm fine with Tyreek Hill on this one.
Yep.
I mean, I guess he means Hurts quarterback, right? Not his team Hurts. I mean, his team's pretty deep, right? I don't think he needs to go after Tyreek Hill necessarily.
Yeah, he has Cooper Kupp already.
And St. Brown.
Yeah, so, it's a start. So he's got to start 3 wide receivers, and with a flex, like I understand what you're doing. You want to upgrade stuff, but overall, it's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the next one. Need a tight end with Ingram out. Dart throw. Any ideas on who to pick up? Yeah, you could
Marcus
go.
Sid, Burrow,
Conklin.
Hayden Hurst.
Conklin, Hayden Hurst.
Yeah,
That's a streamer this week.
You could go Jordan
Panthers.
Akins. Like he saw a lot of
Akins.
targets. They're going to throw a lot. Like they're going to pass
Okay.
a lot. So you go him. You go Shoemaker.
That's
Any one of those guys. It's gross.
That's another
It's
one of
gross.
the questions I had that we didn't get to. Peyton Hendershot. Do we think he's any good with Jake Ferguson out?
I can't.
I don't know how.
I mean,
no interest.
in a scenario here, this is a dart throw. So, I mean, that's something that could be something. Like, I wouldn't necessarily, if you're needing to go pick up someone and that's who's on the waiver, because he probably is. I mean, I'm not mad at going to get him because he could see, an upgrade in targets here this week.
Yeah.
I just
We know.
I don't know how it's going to
we
go
know-
between those two tight ends. I have no idea. Like that's my whole issue. So
we
it's
know
just
Dak likes tight ends, but I think what's more likely is they utilize Dowdle. They probably get Turpin involved. They just try to manufacture touches and keep it a little closer to the vest than usual. But Cooks is probably the guy to benefit. I don't really want to bet on it though.
Yeah, me too. I think I know Akins is going to run routes and like they're going to pass a ton, even though offense sucks. Like I'll just do that. All right, are you guys going Dak or Jaden Daniels? Because this is actually a good question. I'm going Jaden Daniels, but you could go Dak.
Yep.
I think they're both top 7 QBs for me this week.
Cowboys have who?
New Orleans. I can't do
Jaden
it. It's Jaden by a
Daniels.
lot.
Yeah, it's
Tails against the Giants. Yeah.
Jaden Daniels.
And then on the flip side, we have Kyler or Richard. I mean, if this is your question, like it's really not a bad answer. I'll take Anthony Richardson because he's like a permanent top 5 if he plays. But you could go Kyler too. They're back to back. It's 5 or 6. I don't care.
A
I really
Rich
don't
gets
care.
who? The Packers?
Yeah.
In Green Bay, but he's still
Kyler.
4 and I have Kyler 5. It's close.
Yeah. Like
Give
this is
me
like a
Kyler.
good problem to have. It's like, oh no, I'm starting Kyler.
This is the Kyler Harrison wake up game. So,
Yeah, that should be fun. It's just line issues, man. Like if they keep Kyler safe and help, like he'll be fine. It's just line issues with both those teams. All right. So now with AJ Brown out, they're gonna go Reed Ridley or Rashid Shaheed. I mean, Ridley gets Sauce Gardner, which sucks, and I don't want to do that, but
Sheed. Go
So-
you
Sheed.
could.
yeah,
Oh.
chase the upside.
Yeah.
It's either gonna get you double-digit points, or he's not gonna be relevant for you. But the double-digit points could be 2022. So
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Like I would just go with the guy you have the most confidence between the 3 of these guys. But like I actually like Shaheed this week. But if Reed's got freaking Malik Willis, and that's always you don't know what you're gonna get with that. So it's like
Sheed.
I do like Reed, but we need to see him 1 week with the Malik Willis offense and see what that experience is going to look like to get an idea of it. Really, like you said with Sauce Gardner there, that's going to be heavy. So we
can go Shaheed this one. Hurts or 8 or 5. Anthony Richardson. I'm still
Hurts.
taking Hurts. It's getting closer with Anthony Richardson. Like you know what you're getting, but yeah, Hurts. I was a little bit worried because Saquon took all those touchdowns. So just keep an eye on it because like if Saquon keeps getting those touchdowns, it's gonna hurt him a little bit. But yeah, I'm with you. Pick 2.
He said Hurts, but it's getting close.
Hang on. I had to move Hurts down. I have Anthony Richardson at 4, Hurts at 6. I'm going A-Rich today. I'm going against all y'all.
I like it. I don't hate it. Like, dude, he's a freaking fantasy just stud. Like, I have no problem with that. Pick 2, DK, Dortch, Keenan Allen, or Dotson. All right, I'm not doing Keenan Allen or Dotson. I'll tell you that much. So DK and Dortch.
DK.
Who's the second guy you guys are playing?
Dortch.
DK.
DK. Dortch across the board.
No, DK and DK.
Dortch.
Dude, DK. Can I clone DK?
Play
DK
D and play
and
K.
Metcalf.
Play D and play K.
Is anyone playing Burrow over Justin Fields? Because I am not. Are any of you guys doing that?
I am.
Burrow
I don't
over
want Justin Fields.
I don't want Burrow.
I have him back-to-back 14-15, but against Kansas City, I really can't sit Burrow for Fields. I know Fields can go off. I just don't think the passing is there in that offense. So give me Burrow.
It might
I
be.
want Burrows.
Could be an aired out game in Kansas City.
Should be.
I don't mind it. I personally have him a few spots above, but like it's kind of gross the way you look at it.
It is.
All right. So Shoemaker is the backup tight end in Dallas. Hendershot is
I know.
City.
That's a mental block for me. He's corrected. It's
Who's
Schoonmaker.
the other tight end they have in Dallas? There's another guy. I can't remember whose name is.
I don't remember. It's been a revolving door this offseason. He's right. So it's Schoonmaker now.
Yeah. I just I don't know how the routes are going to work for Shoemaker, so I have a hard time trusting. We saw like once Njoku left the field, Akins was like basically took over his role, ran the majority of what he did. So if you're giving me all the routes and the passing attack that they have, like I'm fine with that. All right. Also,
this one's DeMarcus Robinson, and it's not close. Yeah.
Like this could be another game script for Austin Eckler, but like we just need to see more work from him, man. Like that's the whole thing. He's just running half the snaps and not running all the routes. Like his passing attack, it's tough. It's just really hard.
It's the Giants, though. I mean, this one's a lot closer than it should be. I'm still going to ride my guy DeMarcus, but it's really close here. You didn't say half PPR or full. If it's half, I might lean Eckler, but it's close. And go DeMarcus. Why not?
Yeah, like Brian Robinson seems to be the clear RB1 in that offense. And until that changes, like I'm having a hard time starting Eckler, even negative game script.
I'll take DeMarcus either way.
Yeah, I see. Who are you playing between the two?
Yeah, no, you take DeMarcus there. I love Eckler, man. I love him as a person. He does great things for fantasy football for us. But yeah, we need to see what you're doing, man. You did this whole offseason about being prepared and stuff, and didn't look so much in week 1. So we need to see it before I can start you.
Hey, what up, L. Smith? All right. So this is a fun question. We got pick 2 in PPR. Are we going David Montgomery, Jerome Ford, or Zach Charbonnet?
Charbonnet's playing who? Cleveland?
No,
New England.
Patriots.
The first 2, Monty and Ford.
I
have
Charbonnet the highest of these guys, by the way. So like I'm clearly playing Charbonnet, and then Ford plays like all.
Where do you have Gibbs?
I have Gibbs like RB freaking 3. I'm all aboard the. I have
Monty outproduces Gibbs pretty much every week.
No shot. Because Gibbs took over their like red zone work last. Like he had more than Montgomery. So like
Monty
I don't know
scored
how
more fantasy points last week.
It's just like it's gonna be tough, man. I don't see it with them. But like I have them both top 20 RBs. Like I want they're projected for like 29 points. I want both of these guys in the lineup. Like that's what I'm saying. Like
I got 20, 22, and 25. It's Monty ahead of these two guys.
And all right, let's go. Let's see. Jordan Mason, Blake Neighbors, or Pittman at the flex. For me, this is Mason easy, and then you could do a Neighbors, but I'm not doing Pittman. Like I don't want to do the Pittman experience.
Yeah.
Who do you guys have?
Between Mason and Neighbors, it's close. I'll go Mason.
Yeah, like
Mason.
It's just such a better offense, man. It's so much easier for score fantasy points than Blake Neighbors. Yeah. J.K. Dobbins, DK Metcalf, or Tank Dell at flex. This is actually interesting. I would go Dobbins over DK.
You know what's going to happen on that last question, right? The Niners are going to Niner, and now that everyone's in on a backup running back, it's going to be somebody else this week because that's what happens every year.
It's going to be Garando.
Isaac
Garando, bro. If anyone that has Jordan Mason, go check your waivers, man. Garando's there. You better pick him up too.
Yeah,
fair. That's a good call.
There's not a better case.
So the next week we can.
Yeah.
So the next week we can do this with Garendo after he goes off, and then it'll be back to Mason the following week. This is what the Niners do.
By next week, the 49ers are going to sign Dalvin Cook, and then people are going to go crazy and be like, God. Cook is the guy.
That would be so gross.
You fucking anarchist.
Burn the road down. There it is. I think Dobbins is the play here, man. Against Carolina, what he did last week, he, in that offense, he's the one, right? He's the RB1, and we want him to be healthy. And this is the Dobbins we've been waiting for. If he's healthy all season, you're firing him up. I do like DK, do like Dell, but against the matchup, I think you got to go Dobbins.
The one thing is that like Gus Edwards still got the red zone work down at the goal line. They still gave him that touchdown. So I like Dobbins, but he was like an expected use as the RB 30. But I'm all aboard Dobbins this week. I think him and Dell are both really good options. I'm just a little bit worried about DK because Dell, like they split the work among all of them. He's just getting air yards. So either one of them's fine.
Yeah. The only issue there for me is Dobbins. It's full PPR. So you want to start a wide receiver, but DK has a really tough matchup with New England. They shut down who knows what the Bengals offense is doing. Dell I like, but those are a bit iffier. So I still go JK.
I'm going to pull up this just because we just answered the question. Little concerned the Vikings are just going to stuff the run against Jordan Mason and Malik Neighbors is playing a weak defense.
Yeah.
Take the San Francisco system over Daniel Jones is what you're doing here. You know they're going to be efficient in the running game regardless. They're going to find ways. Yeah, they may stuff it once or twice, but even against a weak defense, like you just said, there's things going on the field. it's gonna be hard. Neighbors can't get the targets, but you're also trusting in Daniel Jones at this point over an efficient San Francisco running game. So
yeah, you're also trusting the San Francisco defense over Sam Darnold. Certainly, Justin Jefferson and Aaron Jones, they can get a little bit done for sure. But if San Francisco can keep up on offense, that defense is far superior. You're looking at Mason having a big second half. At least that's what you're hoping for.
Yeah, and also between the two, who's much more likely to score a touchdown? Like it's Jordan Mason, like easily. So like I get it with Neighbors and you want it, but he could do what he did last week: 7 targets, 5 receptions for 70 yards. And it's like that's fine. It's gonna be up and down with Malik Neighbors. We just have to like live with it.
For sure.
Who's more likely to score a touchdown then on that topic? Who's more likely to score a touchdown? Who was the first option? Jordan Mason or the entire New York Giants offense?
Right.
Mason,
Thankfully, the Commanders' defense is trash, so like the Giants will probably score. But
Jordan Mason.
Yeah, it's Jordan Mason.
That's a great prop bet to do if they had that. Jordan Mason or the
odds are like
entire Giant offense. That's great. I love it.
Jerome Ford, Christian Kirk, or DeMarcus Robinson if full PPR. Christian Kirk now everything is out, so he's probably gonna get more of that. But yeah, it's I'd probably go Ford.
BTJ is who you want in Jacksonville.
Yeah, we're seeing overall like running back usage is up and the offense kind of down. So I'm just leaning more towards running backs this year than it was last year. They need to play 2 in full PPR: Devonta Smith, Debo, or Rashee Rice. All right, so Debo's like a top 4 wide receiver for me without CMC. Like he gets rushing work, so he's for sure playing. And then it's Rashee Rice or Devonta Smith, and I don't think there's a bad answer. I would go Rice, but you
give me Rashee.
Yeah, Rashee, and have Devonta Smith pretty high this week at 14, and I'm going Debo and Rashee.
If you're worried,
Rashee, Debo, Devonta.
I would say Rashee too, but if you're worried about Wardy getting more whatever involved, because we know Hollywood's out now for an extended time, it's not bad to start Smith. But yeah, Debo and Rashee.
Mm-hmm.
With all these last-minute injuries today, does it make me a bad person that I have auto sub turned off in all my leagues because they just want to watch it all burn? It's more fun this way.
Whatever the league wants to do.
I have auto sub off everywhere.
Just call it the Joker League. Yeah.
So basic fantasy football, you gotta stay up to date.
Chaos already. It's week 2 and it's fucking chaos everywhere. So yeah, it's fantasy football. Kyron, Jerome Ford, Jordan Mason, Marvin Harrison. Man, Kyron and Jordan Mason for me for sure. And then you guys want to do Jerome Ford or Marvin Harrison? It's up to you guys.
Ford.
I say Ford. Division matchup.
So we're all benching. Are we all benching Marvin?
We'll give Marv another week. Yeah.
Tough break, man.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying.
Rome or Dotson? Good God. I guess Rome.
Rome's not going to play.
Rome might play. Yeah, he might.
He'll
at least be limited.
They said the last hour he's trending towards playing, but you got to keep an eye on this. I would have a backup option. Big Dotson, your backup option, I guess. Because if you'll know, because Rome plays earlier in the day, right? So like Rome will know, and then you could either play Rome or you can play Dotson. I really don't want to play either guy, dude. I really don't want to
if you can IR AJ Brown, who is already listed as out, go get someone like a Will Shipley. I think he might even be a better option than Dotson.
Yeah, like it's tough. Like that, yeah. If that game gets out of hand, then they bench one. Like you could see Shipley get themselves. So yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Kamara or Henry? Oh God, I have Henry super high this week. So for me, it's Henry. What do you guys have him?
Same, Henry.
Are you guys doing Henry in PPR as well, like full PPR over Kamara?
Yeah.
Yep.
No.
Yeah.
Henry RB5 against the Raiders.
Yeah, they're like 10-point favorites. Like I expect him to.
I actually have him as RB3. So.
Oh baby,
I like it. Love it.
Likely or Bowers? I'm going Bowers because he was really heavily used.
Bowers by a mile.
Yeah, I'm going Bowers. The stuff with Likely is weird because like they basically took away Andrews in that game, and they're like, all right, I guess we'll feature Likely. I don't know how sustainable the Likely stuff is. Is my better question.
I think with Bowers, the targets will still come. Likely this could be a week he gets a goose egg, just the way it could run. So I think we need to wait to see if it's consistent. But Bowers, it's going to be consistent for him. So
for sure.
Yeah. Something
I traded
that
for Bowers. Go ahead.
Something that a lot of you guys brought up last week is the fact that Baltimore was down against the Kansas City Chiefs. So they were in comeback mode, passing a lot more. We know they want to run the football. We all have Derrick Henry very high. Likely could goose out. However, it looks like he's the slot guy. They're rotating him and Andrews in and out of the slot. I think Bateman is a non-factor, and Justice Hill got something like 8 or 10 targets last week. That's not going to continue.
Yep.
I like Likely this week. He's a top 12 tight end, but Bowers is high.
Yeah, like the upside is
adding. I've been trying to get Bowers everywhere. He'll be the dynasty tight end 1 within a month.
I think he already is. Like, I legit think he already is. Like, there's a discussion for it, so you could definitely do it. Are we doing Jerome Ford or Travis Etienne? Because the Etienne stuff is very worrisome. It's full PPR. Where do you have these two guys? For me, it's like back to back. I think I'm playing Etienne, but I guess not.
I would say Etienne. The offense may run
Cleveland
more.
got I forget.
They play Jacksonville against each other.
Yeah. So they play each other.
Yeah, it should be fun.
I lied. I actually have Ford 14 and Etienne 16, so I guess I'm taking Ford.
Yeah. I'm going ETN, but yeah, it is concerning. And Tank Bigsby, I have pushed up this week as well. If anyone's going to get in the end zone, it should be him on the ground.
Yeah, keep an eye on it because they talked about like using Bigsby. They used him very well in week 1. So if it's sustainable, then like we have to drop ETN in the rankings because like it's not getting usage. AR CJ Stroud, ooh, that's a tough one. I have AR above him, but there's no wrong answer here. Like CJ Stroud could go bananas.
AR.
AR.
Stroud against Chicago.
We love you too, Kyle. Let's see. ETN for CMC. Yeah, I mean, I don't really want to play ETN, so I don't mind the CMC side. It's just Jim Frevitt, who's like a IR doctor, said he might not be back till week 10 with CMC. So like it could be a 2-month thing with CMC. So you have to be okay. It's rough, man. It's just rough.
Is it possible CMC return? Sorry, I'm lagging.
You got him.
Am I interrupting?
Okay.
My internet's terrible today. Is it possible CMC is out till week 10 and still outscores ETN?
Yeah. Like when he comes back, like he's gonna be a stud. I think they're just gonna like keep him fresh as long as possible from the playoffs, right? Because you don't need him. Like you saw what Jordan Mason did. They do not need CMCs.
Yeah. If you're deep, I don't mind it.
Yeah, I don't mind. Like I don't mind switching those two. If you could sustain the loss of like losing an RB like that, it's fine. Daniels or Murray? I have Murray like, a spot above him, but like, dude, Jane Daniels is fun. No wrong answer here.
Go with Murray. I think safer floor for Murray and higher ceiling this week against the Rams.
Yeah, it's a fun matchup. Like that's going to be a shootout for sure. If they're projected for like 26 points, like I really want them in the lineup. Like this is a problem when you have really good teams. If you have really good teams, people ask this question because you lucked into Jordan Mason. Like I have him all over the place, but you lucked into him, so it's like, well, I can flex him.
Yeah, but you have to play Kyron.
Yeah, you got to play both
over Mason.
For me, it's BTJ. Like I've had BTJ higher. I'm going to continue to have BTJ. Like nobody was pushing it downfield further than Jacksonville. Like they were the most vertical offense in the NFL last year. Like that's BTJ. Like it's going to benefit them. So, do you guys have Kirk above BTJ or am I on the island?
No, I didn't have Kirk above BTA when BTJ said he was going into the draft. With regards to the team, so
I was wrong on BTJ. I am correcting my stance. It's him. He's the number one.
Come to the dark side.
And if it's not happening in the next couple of weeks, it'll be that case by midseason for sure. He's going to be
number one. It's like he's already running all the routes. Like this is what we want, and I just think he's a better wide receiver when it comes out to it. All right, Mason. Don't do like I get it. Ramondre is a bell cow, but the upside is so much higher with Mason. Even if he does get zero pass catching work, like I just agree. I don't want to do the Ramondre experience, man. Like he's a good like flex play, but if we're talking about top 12, I want Mason.
Yep.
All right. So for you guys, they got to start one as wide receiver 2, one as an RB2, and one as a flex. So basically, they're starting 3 of these guys: Ayuk or Smith at wide receiver, and then we have Stevens or Dobbins, or Stevenson and Dobbins at running back. Which of those two guys are you starting, and then who are you flexing?
Dobbins and Smith, the Ayuk, your Benson Stevenson.
So I'm probably going to sit Ramondre. I think it's close between him and Ayuk. Ayuk might need another week to ramp up here, but it's nice that CMC is out. We'll see what they end up doing. But I'm definitely starting Devonta and Dobbins here. It's close between the two, but I will lean Ayuk and sit Stevenson.
I'm sitting Ayuk.
Yeah.
Sitting Ayuk.
Yeah, like I'm actually fine sitting Ayuk. I want to see it again, like see him get the full work share. But yeah, you can go Ayuk or Stevenson. I don't think there's really a bad problem with those two. Like it's fine. But definitely Dobbins and Smith will start both of them.
Yeah.
We appreciate you. Best ball on call.
Like and subscribe, please. We're trying to push for 500
that would be nice
subs
too.
here.
We'll take that. Your thoughts on James Conner? He's a good running back in a really good situation. I don't know. He's an RB1 for me the rest of the season. Anything else from you guys? Is anyone
RB10 this week for me? So
he's my RB13.
Yeah. About Trey Benson? Let me ask that question. Like long term this season, is anybody worried about Trey Benson?
Long term, sure, but not right now.
No,
I mean,
I think it's Connor's job to lose if he stays healthy, which is a concern for every running back. It's Connor's job.
Yeah, 100%. I'm with you guys. Stafford or Burrow? They'd be stacking Stafford with Cup.
Stafford. We did this. Yeah.
Stafford.
They have Kamara, Jacobs, and Brad Robinson slotted right now. He picked up Charbonnet this week. Do you play any of these guys over a center league? Yeah, I played him over Brian Robinson, and I would also play him over Jacobs personally.
Jacobs
I'm not
is
playing
my
him
low
over
man.
any of these guys. I'm not.
Yeah, Robinson against the Giants. Charbonnet, man, I know New England didn't look great, but their defense, shows up when they need to sometimes, and that's a tough defensive match against Charbonnet there. So I think you can do slightly Robinson above Charbonnet there. Kamara, Jacobs, and Robinson.
Yeah,
I'm leaving Charbonnet on the bench.
Charbonnet or Jacobs.
Yeah, the one guy I would for sure start is Kamara. I think all the other ones, like you can make the case for Charbonnet for sure. But Likely or Goddard, oof. And then
Likely.
Ayuk or Olave. Who are you guys going with?
Goddard, Olave.
Goddard. I think I agree with that. Just with AJ Brown out, I think Goddard.
Yeah,
agreed.
Likely Olave for me, but yeah.
The Olave thing sucked, man. Like that's about as bad as you can get with like a 40-point game. It's just so fortunate.
Yeah, but the Saints offense looks good, and it's potentially Clint Kubiak is hooking it up. So let's give it another week or two.
Yeah, I want to see it when it's not the Panthers and how it looks, because that Panthers defense will make anybody look good. So we'll see. Are you guys going ladder, Brian Thomas Jr.? This is Brian Thomas Jr. for me.
Brian Thomas Jr.
ETJ.
All right, and then we have London or Zay Flowers. Is anyone starting London over Zay Flowers? Let me ask that question.
Not London.
I'm to the point in Dynasty where I don't even know if London's worth the first. Like I know people ask for it because he's there, but I don't. I like Zay more.
Yeah,
sadly have Zay.
So I sent out a trade offer. I have London. I was like, give me Brian Thomas Jr. and like some scrub backup running back, and it immediately declined. I go, Jesus Christ, we've already come this far on London. I go, okay.
Oh man.
So yeah, it might be too late to trade London. You might have to hold. Sit 2, Ramondre, Mason, Barkley, Mixon, Gibbs, Ayuk. Yeah, your team is good, you son of a B.
Ramondre and Ayuk.
Yeah, easy sit.
Ramondre and Ayuk. You want all these guys in your lineup, man. That's a good problem to have. Congrats on the stacked team there, my friend.
Yes, sir.
Pick 2 full PPR. Dobbins, Jacobs, or Worthy. They also have Kelsey and Rice.
Dobbins
Jacobs.
Yeah, I'd personally go with.
I'm not starting 3 Chiefs. Dobbins and Jacobs.
Chiefs are going off this week.
Yeah,
Patrick Mahomes QB2. I couldn't make him QB1 because I accidentally made Allen QB1. Patrick Mahomes going off.
They're stacked, man. Like I don't mind it. I usually get this. I'm worried about Jacobs this week, but you could go Jacobs or Dobbins. Any one of these guys follow me. Jamo or Shaheed. They're a Saints fan, so Aaron,
you gotta go Jamo.
Shaheed. I'm a Saints and Lions fan, and it's Shaheed.
How bad is the ankle, you think, Aaron, for Jamo?
Not bad enough that he's gonna. Not bad enough that he's gonna sit, but I think it's Shaheed. I just think he's more consistent with the same upside. Like maybe Jamo has a little bit higher ceiling, but he has no floor. Shaheed has 10-point floor, 25-point upside. So I'm just taking Shaheed.
I'm with you. I think we need to see Jameson Williams week 2. And if that role is sustainable, holy shit, like he's gonna be so much higher in rankings because dude, he was awesome. But we'll see how this shakes out. I think these guys are pretty close. I have Jameson a few spots of them, but if you're worried about the injury, just play Shaheed.
Yeah, the only thing there is the Tampa D lost some key guys last week, so that's really what I would keep an eye on. And Jamo, I know he's hurt. That's why it's a little bit closer for me. I'm still going Jamo because he can bust out at any time. So could Shaheed, but he's got Derek Carr after all.
Yeah, like
we stream every day of the week, and we do sit starts on Sunday, but we're live every day of the week.
If you follow our channel, you will see us all on the screen a lot, our ugly mugs. So just get used to it, you know.
At noon,
DeMarcus Robinson, Ridley, or Judy. Who are you guys starting here?
Robinson.
Yeah, you could go Ridley, but I just don't want to do the experience with Sauce Gardner. Do you? Oh my goodness, this is a good question to have. Nico Collins or Chris Godwin for you guys?
Godwin.
It's Godwin.
Nico.
I have Nico really high, but
Nico.
I have Godwin higher.
I'm just playing
stud, man.
Just play the pecking order. You have Mike Evans, Godwin. You have Diggs, Dale, Nico. Not in that order, but you don't know if it's going there. Where Godwin, he is the de facto 2 guaranteed every week. So
yeah, it's a good problem to have where you're deciding to do this. It's Nico for me
Solid
because
team.
Nico's one of the best wide receivers in the NFL, but you could go either one of these guys. Like Godwin's playing that spot where it's money. McBride or Andrews?
McBride.
McBride, tight end 1 this week.
Yep, I think we're all aboard the McBride train.
Sure, they're both good plays.
Yeah, you could theoretically flex Andrews if you wanted to. Like it's not a bad decision at all.
Yeah, don't be scared.
All right, is anyone playing Burrow over Richardson? Because that seems bananas to me.
Nope.
No,
It's Richardson by a mile.
Play Richardson. If somebody's still in Burrow, I would look to trade Burrow if this is 1 QB. Like see if you can get something for him because you're not going to bench Richardson. Like he's too valuable in fantasy, man. Like he's just auto points.
Yep.
Pick 2 in full PPR: DJ Moore, Michael Pittman, or Zach Charbonnet.
Sit Pittman. Sitman.
Yeah, the question is Pittman or Charbonnet. I think you have to play DJ Moore with those other guys banged up. Yeah, I'll sit Pittman.
Yeah, like the backup behind. There's no competition for Charbonnet. This is the difference between him and Walker. Like once you go to Charbonnet, the backup is nobody, and I'm a Seahawks fan, so Charbonnet is going to get a ton of work in this game. So I would play Charbonnet over him.
Kenny McIntosh.
Yeah, the guy from Georgia that did nothing when he had a shot. Yeah, it does suck, but it was. Yep, fully active. So yeah, you could go either one. I just like the Lions' offense a little bit better against the Buccaneers, so that's why I go with that. But it's splitting hairs.
Coaches lie. Fully active doesn't mean fully healthy. Xavier Worthy.
If you're worried about the injury, yeah, this is for sure Worthy. Like I don't want to do Jacoby Myers, dude. Like he 100%. Lucked into 10 points last week. It's not gonna happen this week. Good question. Dak or Daniels? I think it's a really good matchup for Dak, but I'm still taking Daniels. Like Dak's gonna go off. So Daniels. We have reached our end. Ooh, we are 8 minutes early, folks. Well done.
Yep.
We made it. I like it. Let's see. Marvin Harrison. Yeah, like you got to give him another week. Like I get people worried about Marvin Harrison, but like let's give him another week. This matchup should be good. We'll see. Oh, we lost Jeremy. He must hate Marvin Harrison, I guess. Yeah, I'm going Marvin Harrison. I'm willing to see how it goes for him this week. We'll see it shakes out. Is he back? Oh, he's back, baby. Welcome. By the way, where do you guys have Marvin Harrison in your rankings? I'm very curious.
Outside the top 12 for sure. Let me look.
25.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
22.
You can put him with like Worthy and those guys and that stuff. Like I'd be fine doing that. I think this is probably the lowest we'll rank it this year. Moss is gonna get to work. I am kind of worried about that offense in general, but yeah, like I'm going Moss over McConkey. I think it's just safer. Yeah,
I like McConkey, but yeah, you go Moss.
Yeah, it should be a lot of points in that game. So we want that. Yeah, I get it. Like I understand it. And James,
I'm nervous to start them both.
You could. I mean, you could flex them, one of them if you really want to. But I'm
I'm nervous to start either of them, J-Mo or Harrison. So
yeah, you could add Drake London into this discussion as well too. It was like a very bad week for those guys.
Yeah.
Probably Dell. I just don't know with like Ayuk if he's going to be fully healthy. But I want to start both of these guys if they're playing. Like
Dell's he got the targets last week, and he's got to end up getting a touchdown potentially this week. I feel like just that's so he just didn't get the catches, but that's not going to happen every week. So I'll go with him.
Yeah, I think with the Texans offense, I want all 3 wide receivers. Like the way they're just going to air it out. Like I want all 3 of those guys in my lineup. So Diggs, Nico, and Dell. Like it's all pretty even. It's just Nico and Dell get the air yards. Steph didn't, so we'll see. For me, it's Charbonnet. Like I've been over this. Like he's gonna get it, man. But you can go forward.
It's close. I will go forward. I just don't like the matchup with Charbonnet.
Oh man,
I think forward slightly.
Next question. Oh, Jerry.
Oops, sorry.
That's all good.
Bryce.
I would actually not play either one of these guys, and I would play like a skill position player. If like this is
Keenan Allen officially doubtful.
Yeah. How is this one QB?
If this is one QB, buddy, I don't know what went wrong, my friends. If this is a
Go get
superflex,
Minshew or something.
like seriously, play a skill player. Like I'm not doing this experience with these guys. Like fuck no, I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So play a skill player.
I had a similar situation. It was like Brissett or Willis, and I'm playing Aaron Jones because I have a stacked lineup otherwise over these two guys. I would play Dallas Goedert, who is my other option, over these two guys.
There's got to be like you could go pick up like a Demarcus Robinson or like Tyler Johnson. Put them in your flex, like your super flex file. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, dude. I don't.
Keenan Allen downgraded to doubtful. In other news,
I gotta take him out.
He's not going to play. He was limping.
McMillan and Juwan Jennings available. McMillan.
Get McMillan.
Yep.
Get him. Go get him right now.
I like actually both of those guys.
Get off the screen. Go get him now.
Yes, get out of here.
Go get him. Yeah, I think
Click
McMillan
subscribe,
is good.
then go get McMillan.
All right, we got 4 minutes. We got to roll through this. What are we at here?
Yeah.
They want Mason very much. Has Spears, CMC, Montgomery, Evans, Pittman. Jesus, a lot of players.
I get Monty. No.
Yeah, I'd give up. Like I would happily give up Montgomery. I'd give up. I would just straight up trade Evans for him if you really are. If you
I trade him for any of these. I trade him for CMC, Monty, Evans, Pittman, or Devonta.
No, I'm not trading for Pittman. No fucking way. Like
you could probably get Monty and Spears.
I would say Devonta and Spears.
You got to aim higher because if Mason's playing his top 12 running back for you, we're talking about Pittman being a potential flex wide receiver. Like there's such a massive difference in value for these guys. So like
you're right.
I got to get somebody valuable that I like upgrades my lineup. Like that's the whole thing. So if you make sure you're comfortable trading them, like Pickens, you could do Reed. You just have to be like you got to wait with Reed.
If you get Monty and Devonta, I'd do that now and look to flip Smith. It's
nobody in their right mind is doing that.
Mason,
I'm not even considering giving that.
Mason's gonna ball.
I wouldn't give you either of those for Mason, let alone both of them.
I'm actually trying to tell someone that the team's not really competitive.
And you're far too low on Mason, dude. Like you're just so low on Mason.
He's a rental at best, and I don't think he's going to be a top 12 running back. I'm not doing it.
If you get him for 2 months and he's like a borderline top 10 running back, that's so valuable. Pittman's like you're barely starting Pittman. Monty's like what, top 20? Like there's such a value difference in how we view these guys. Like he'll get you to the playoffs, is what I'm saying. Like a lot of these guys.
Yeah, but you guys said Monty and Devonta Smith, and I'm not even considering that.
No, I would do like Devonta straight up. I'd be fine with that if you really want to do it, but I'm not going to do both. Yes, like I think that's okay.
Shout out Jesse's Dynasty Purge. You know, when do you know when the purge? If you picked up Mason, but you know your team is not dealt for the competition, then he's a sell high for you right now.
Yep.
I would say watch after this week. If he balls again, like you're going to get so much more for him. That's just like I know people are worried about him, but if he balls.
We got to answer these. Sit one.
Yeah, McConkey.
Yeah, yep. McConkey.
Move on.
Okay.
Singletary. Hey, good luck, Brad.
Go Lions, baby. Charbonnet.
ETN.
I'm ETN by a lot this week.
I love Charbonnet, bro. But
I hope it's dating. All right, we got 2 minutes with lineups. Make sure you guys adjust your rankings. Take out Keenan Allen if you guys have not, because it's going to continue if you have not taken out rankings.
Yeah, and put the guys who are out in the IR if you can. Give you some flexibility, even in late games, to go ahead and pick somebody up. Also, subscribe. We appreciate you tuning in. We're here every Sunday. We're here all throughout the week. So tune in and check it out.
Yeah, they said at flex.
No.
I'm not trading Lamb.
No.
Wait, you're getting
Andrews. I'm doing it.
I'm fine. You're getting cut. They're gonna be like that's the same. And Andrews is better than Fitz. Yeah, I'd be fine doing this deal. In redraft, in Dynasty, no, but in redraft, yes. Yeah, that's
that was Eckler Singletary. Right, Singletary still at flex.
Yeah,
appreciate you guys. I'm gonna go watch some football.
Yeah. Good luck to all y'all's lineups.
All right, that concludes our week 2 sit start. Check back tomorrow at noon. We're going to be doing the week review, and then we're live every day all week at noon.
Singletary.
One last comment here. Singletary. I missed your answer. It's Singletary.
Singletary.
Hey, Brian.
All right, guys. Good luck. We'll see you next week.